Hi guys, now it was about 6 months ago when we first featured this car wash kit from Infinity Wax on the channel, but being January time we really weren't blessed with any decent weather, so we kind of put it to the side and actually forgot to film a video on it. Now last week I had to clean an Abarth 500 for the mother-in-law, so I thought what better opportunity than to put some of these products to the test. First up for the Abarth was to dilute the citrus pre-wash at 10:1, and I sprayed it on the wheel arches to allow it to soak into the dirt. And with the wheels you can just about get away with using these sample bottles, albeit it took a little while longer than normal. So here I'm just going to be using a variety of tools, including this skinny wheel woolly, and it's great because it can tackle those tight areas where most other brushes simply won't reach. I'm also using a tiny hand mitt along with some soft brushes. And for the rest of the wheels I just copied the same process. One thing I will say is these wheel mitts are incredible because they easily fit onto the edge of the hand, and they're a fast and easy way of getting around the wheel faces without causing any damage. As always, I'm just edging forwards because these wheels are so tiny, so missing bits in the barrels is easily done. So I mean, because you've pretty much covered all the wheels and you've just rolled it forwards, to be honest with you, citrus pre-wash will be enough to remove the last remaining bits of dirt that you may have missed. And it's always good to quickly go over the arches just one more time, because once you're done with the wheels, that's it. You can tick it off from your list and there's nothing else really to worry about from that point onwards. My next task was to tackle the door shuts, and for this I'm continuing with the citrus pre-wash, and I just want to state here, if this was anything more than a basic clean I would have emptied the car and removed the mats. However, because it was a freebie I wasn't going to go too mad on this occasion, as my mother-in-law needed it cleaned up for the weekend. Doing this, really not that bad. Water getting in is pretty non-existent here. There was a fair amount of dirt trapped in the shuts of the boots, and the citrus made light work of it, and it was just a fine mist which was good enough to get it back to its best. Right, so we're going to move back onto the petrol cap in a minute. So citrus pre-wash for the lower third, and then we're going to layer it up with some Wipeout snow foam on top. Another reason why I want to put snow foam on top of the pre-wash is because I need it to dwell longer. I need that extra bite. Because it's pH neutral, it's not going to be as aggressive as something like Infinity Wax Power Foam. And I've used about half a bottle of citrus pre-wash. I've diluted it into this, which is 800 mils. So there's still probably enough to get around after this, another half a car. Good thing is I've got 400 mils left over, so plenty. Now I'm just going to let that dwell, not forgetting the petrol cap as well. And then we're going to rinse it off in a minute and then jump straight into the contact wash with that limited edition shampoo. And honestly, because I just put it in the wheel bucket, it smells so good. It's like cherry cola. It's beautiful. With the Wipeout snow foam fully rinsed off, it was time to use the Limited Edition Pure Shampoo. And can I just say, if Infinity Wax are watching, this shampoo is divine. The suds are excellent, it smells beautiful, and I haven't had any streaks. One thing you have to bear in mind this time of the year is it's very important to take extra thorough care cleaning the wiper blades, as pollen can easily work its way into them. Which means when it rains it does cause those nasty streaks, and a lot of you just may be thinking I've got to change the wiper blades, but honestly a decent clean with a wash mitt and some shampoo is all you need. Once I finished going around the bodywork I used my older wash mitt to tackle the door shuts. Here I'm just rinsing off the shampoo. Now I want you to stick with me on this part because you will notice instantly the water isn't exactly running off smoothly. Actually, I'd say there is no protection left on this car whatsoever. So this gave me an opportunity to use some Express Sealant, and honestly this blew my mind. Within seconds of spraying you could see out of nowhere the instant effects of the water flying straight off. Now check this out for a bit of science. So basically it would take a matter of seconds for the polymers to form an ionic bond through an electrostatic attraction, and therefore result in the most insane rinsing ever, but leaving behind a protective barrier. Honestly, the whole process is incredibly satisfying, and I have said many times over now, but I'd sooner choose this over waxing a car any day. Because I was eager to see how this sealant would work in all its glory, I wanted to put it to a quick test with my new car dryer again. And the thing is with this tool, it's one of those things you don't necessarily need on every occasion, but it is one of those tools that can make a whole lot of difference if you're offering that complete cleaning package. Right, so I've just pulled the car in. As you can see, it looks incredible. One thing I am going to do, and I said I wasn't going to do it, but this time I will, I'm going to get out the quick detailer and just go over some of the bits around the door shuts just to tidy it up, just to make sure that everything looks perfect, because I have only used a car dryer, so if there was any other bits that I'd missed, I don't want to leave it. I want to make sure that I just tidy it up with a quick detailer. Also, we're going to use the spotless glass cleaner. I already know how to get perfect glass without glass cleaner, but nevertheless, I still think it's going to be a decent test. And then I want to try out tyre coat. Now, I haven't properly used this, so looking forward to trying that one on these tyres as well. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I don't think it's like a conventional dressing. I think this is more of a protective dressing only. I don't think it's going to be something that's super shiny. Need to make sure I get my words right so it won't be slapped on like a silicone dressing. I think it's a little bit different to that. So just speculating here at this point, but I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of that. Glass cleaning, it's one of those jobs that not many people like. Now, I have already made a video all about how to clean your glass without using any chemicals like this whatsoever. Now, we'll put a link to that video in the description below. Do go check it out because it will open your eyes to a few things. But occasionally you do get those scenarios when you just have to use glass cleaner and you just might have a windscreen that's just so greasy that you're just going to think, okay, I've got no other choice. For example, if you've got someone who's been previously vaping inside that car and you've got all that misty, smoggy effect over the windscreen, because we do have the fans on, it does get circulated through the car and up onto the windscreen. You're going to find scenarios like that, it's probably better off that you do use glass cleaner. So this isn't the nicest smelling glass cleaner, I've got to be honest, but when it comes to removing little bug marks, which I've just slightly missed here a little bit, it actually just removes it pretty instantly actually. I'm quite chuffed with that. Now, if you really do have to clean your glass in the direct sunlight, then seriously make sure you got more than one towel, because once this towel gets too damp or it's contaminated, all you're going to be doing is smearing the glass because the surface temperature is going to be so hot and it's going to look like an awful mess. Honestly, if you can help it and you've cleaned your car in the direct sunlight because you said, oh look, it's a beautiful day, nice to clean the car, seriously leave the glass till very last, wait for it to cloud over a little bit, and then come back out and attempt it then. Otherwise, you're just going to beat yourself up, going, oh, I can't clean this glass, it's just not working. It's not the fact that it's not working, it's just the wrong time of the day and the wrong scenarios to be doing it in. I do love a quick detailer, but I have to say, since I've started using foam sealants, ceramic sealants, you're always trying to get the best possible results, but sometimes when you're using ceramic sealants, it can streak, especially in the summer, when you get those warmer conditions. So for me, honestly, at this point, I'm really happy just using a quick detailer right now. Another thing I may add, I think, honestly, what we're on wheel number 3, you're going to get a fair few applications out of this. So they are, believe it or not, it doesn't look like there's a lot there, but there is plenty. I could probably do another 5 cars out of that probably. So Infinity Wax have smashed it out the park, and they also have one of the best bumper restorers I've come across. And if you don't believe me, watch this video right here.